Blind Faith Live, real people, real miracles. I'm Philip Keller. Complete new episodes every Tuesday. In this Issam Insights, this was a little less than a year ago, the very first time he talked about a gizmo that you and I will be able to use to help direct our prayers, our intentions, and to experience much of Dr. Nemeh experiences during a prayer. That comes up for the first time in this particular insight. Also, we talk about the science of all of this. We talk about the third visit he was allowed to make to heaven in a physical way, not just spiritually, but physical. And we also begin with, it was right after a particular healing service in which Mary, Blessed Mother, had appeared, adorned in a way that he had not seen her before. In this, Issam Insights on Blind Faith Live. Real people, real miracles.
No, she was all dressed in white. On the edges of her robe and veil, it was all gold, and she had a crown. Huge crown with big, huge stones.
What color was the crown?
Gold.
Okay.
Yeah, and the stones were white.
And you had never seen her quite that way before?
No, not like that.
What do you take from that?
Like something has been talking about that. Something is urgent. Something is happening here. Something is coming our way as a church.
Because she obviously represents that church, the church aspect.
Exactly. Not only does the sin entered the world through Eve, and the sin will and everything will be finished when it comes to the church through Mary. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
Right. Yeah.
Like first Eve, then Adam, then second Adam, and then second Eve.
Right. Okay.
It's like reversing itself. And that's the way I see it. Not only this, she was not by herself. She had angels standing from right and left of her. So when I was praying with people, she was right standing against the wall, watching.
Anything else about her?
No, that's what's about her. It's just, you say, you'll be like Jesus, look at Jesus. No, we are going to be like Mary. Every one of us surrendering ourselves totally to God, and being vessels according to her image and likeness, actually.
It's a good way of putting it, isn't it? She was the one that said yes in a very humble way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Then when everything is done, we'll be like Jesus.
Okay. But as far as you're saying on this earth, this is where we really need to be Mary.
That's the image of Mary. Yeah. Yes, she is the beacon. She is the guiding light. She is the example for us, surrendering ourselves totally to God, and, allowing God to actually manifest through us.
A gentleman mentioned, his name is Tom Worthman, and he mentioned that he saw what he assumed to be Jesus. He saw the hand of Jesus, he thought, coming out of this bright light. Does that vision coincide with things you see?
I see the hands of Jesus a lot in here, a lot with my patients when I'm treating them, praying with them. And not only I see, he puts his hands over my hands, Oftentimes I see that and I feel it.
You had mentioned too in the last episode, which has been so beautifully received, on the three occasions when you were taken physically into heaven. A couple of things from that. Since we were just talking about Mary, and you mentioned that you saw saints in heaven, was Mary one of those?
Mary and saints, family members.
Yeah,
they were in heaven. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you think you were going to come back? Or did you think you were gone?
Deep inside, no, I knew I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, deep inside I did,
But part of you has to say, this would be great. Can we just end it right here?
Yeah, but no, at the beginning it was so overwhelming for you and all of that. But here you progress physically speaking in such a way, you recognize the value of your service on this earth. I don't even ever think about going to heaven. What Jesus showed me there pertained to actually the job I'm doing, and there was a lot of science revealed. Mm-hmm. And the science that we that's a futuristic science that actually we have right now. Mm-hmm. It started already, but I had the whole vision of all of that shown me And after that, I got a deeper understanding of the laws that apply.
Which led you to what you're doing now and things to come.
And things to come in the future, yes, and the applications of it.
Going back to the third time you had the physical experience in heaven, when did that occur, and tell us a little bit about that one?
About 12 years ago, 10, 12 years ago.
Oh, I knew you then.
Yes.
Wait a minute here. So that's the one you said you were put in between the Father and the Son?
Yes.
Whoa. Yeah. You got to tell this story. Explain what happened here.
The experience was not different from the previous ones. The same feeling of transformation happened. And like going through that barrier, sort of crossing to the other dimension, let's say, because that's a different dimension. The same thing applies. But, the knowledge that was revealed there, you being part of the Son, so you'd be sitting right where the Son is. That's what said being between Father and Son.
So you get to feel what Jesus feels.
Exactly. He showed me and this is a tip of the iceberg, that one thing. And again, revealing more about the applied, or what could be applied in a physical way. The stuff he revealed to me before, because it was a deep knowledge that I could not express, even though it was manifesting itself as healings. But here he gave me a deeper insight into how things could be, And as a matter of fact, it contributed a lot to many things that pertain to the quantum field itself and the stuff that I've done with that NASA scientist at the time. Because we could dig into many mechanisms and many things that could actually lead us into developing even a technology that could allow everyone in here to have the connection, the spiritual connection in a physical way.
And just to touch one thing on something you said last time, that when you are in heaven now, and separate whether it's spiritually or physically, are people who are in heaven right now. You gave I got a sense that when you are there, you are co-creators, as you were talking about. Do you have to have a physical body for that to be the case, or are those people, let's say our moms and dads or whatever that are in heaven, are they creating?
Creating, they are like I said before, everything is living and interacting. So everything reacts to your mind, actually.
Okay.
Things change. I experienced that when Jesus took me up.
Right.
Is
it everything that when you're talking about?
Everything responds to you. Everything. Even if things change in front of your eyes.
Because you think it.
Because you are thinking or you are interacting with it.
Okay.
So that's a co-participation.
Okay. Is that strictly within the heaven realm, or can you create your own universes up there?
Well, you can create whatever.
Wherever, whatever.
It will manifest for you.
Jeez.
Because the mind of God is infinite.
So there's
probabilities in there are infinite. So you focus on one area, let's say, and you experience it. It could be worlds, actually.
That's what I was saying. It's untold universes out there, then. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, there's an unlimited. There's a number not high enough of what's going on out there.
Infinite. That's why we said we'll be experiencing God for infinity, and in infinite ways. Because look at. We should be able to understand that. If you look at your mind itself, how many things could you imagine in your mind? Mm-hmm. Is there any limitation? Of course not. But here, for us right now, because of the defective way of existence, whatever you think of could stay as just a thought. But over there, it does materialize.
Which is what happens in this office, once again, and at the healing services because of that connection.
Yeah, this is it's a reflection of what happens.
You get a partial.
Exactly. And this because of your connectedness. You don't miss anything that is happening within other people. You see? When there is a physical transformation, that's a state of mind too. Reflecting a mind. As a matter of fact, when you registered the frequencies, when I was working with George, at NASA, the frequencies were so complex. It's a language that is the language of God Himself, language that allows His mind to manifest within His Son. And we have an access, every one of us.
Yeah.
Every one of us. Not only this, the knowledge that is revealed for a blessed reason. Right now, to tell you the truth, the other day He revealed to me something that I could do in order for people to start experiencing things, or to facilitate for them to experience what I experience when I'm praying for people. Because I feel things happening within people. It will allow your mind to experience the same thing that I physically experience.
Something that you can do.
When the Spirit is manifesting.
Okay.
And this will open the door for everyone to realize that we are all the same, and we come from the same place. We have the same Spirit, and we have the same capacity, and there isn't any one different from the other.
New revelation.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Once again, this was a little less than a year ago when Dr. Nemeh first mentioned this device that will help direct our prayers in a more perfect way in alignment with God and experience much of what Dr. Nemeh experiences. I know it sounds just totally crazy in science fiction, but stay tuned. And we thank you again for listening. And thank you, Dr. Issam Nemeh, the physician of unshakable faith, here on Blind Faith Live, real people, real miracles. I'm Philip Keller.